वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यास ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विदनोति सताम्। Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity today to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. And this shlok is also, today's shlok is also glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam. So, and it's a 2, Canto 2, Chapter 8, text number 2. So, I will recite one line and then you please repeat after me. Etad veditum ichchami tatvam tatva vidamvara हरेर अद्भुत वीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगला एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुत वीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगलः एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुत वीरस्य कथा लोकं सुमंगलः. Please recite.
एतद्वेदितम् इच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर
तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगलः एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगलः एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगलः एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर
कथा लोक
सुमंगला एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगला एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य कथा लोक सुमंगला एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदां वर हरेरद्भुतवीरस्य Katha Loka Sumangala.
Esha Veditam Ischami.
Tatvam Tattva Vidamvara. Hare Radbhuta Virasya. Katha Loka Sumangala. Etad Veditum Ichhami. Tattvam Tattva Vidamvara. Hare Radbhuta Virasya. Katha Loka Sumangala. Okay, so we will read word to word translation. Etat, this.
Yes.
Veditum, to understand. Ichhami, I wish. Tattvam, truth. Tattva Vidam, of those who are well versed in the absolute truth. Vara, O best. Harer, of the Lord. Adbhuta, Adbhuta Virasya, of the one who possesses wonderful potencies.
The one who possesses wonderful
Katha, narrations. Loka are all the planets. Sumangala, auspicious. I will do the translation and purport. Oh, the king said, I wish to know narrations concerning the Lord who possesses wonderful potencies. That's Adbhuta Virasya. And those potencies actually are certainly auspicious for living beings of all planets. Katha Loka Sumangala. Sumangala, Mangala means auspicious. Sumangala and very, very auspicious. So these kathas of Lord Krishna are very, very auspicious for Loka, for all the planets in all universes, not just this Artha planet. It is so actually Srimad Bhagavatam is in all the planets, all the universes, not just on this planet. This planet has the actually smallest Srimad Bhagavatam, only 18,000 shlokas. Some has more than 1 crore shlokas in some planets. So we can imagine, because nobody has seen that, but it is presumed, because there are so many people. And even the Bhagavatam is in the spiritual world also, because there they don't have in the book form, but they have in their memories. They all the time glorify the Lord with that memory. In this planet also, Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago, but it is just, it came because when Kali Yuga was starting, when Lord Krishna was leaving this planet, then he knew that Kali Yuga people's memory will be so dull, they cannot remember, what to say. 18,000 sloka, even 510 slokas also we cannot remember. That is our condition, So that's why Krishna sent Vyasdev. Krishna came himself in the literal incarnation in his potency as a writer, and he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam for all of us, so we can take advantage of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that was the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see how Suta Goswami was describing the Bhagavatam in the Naimisharanya to 88,000 sages. And they asked him 6 questions. The 6th last question was where Krishna will be. When Krishna left this planet, then how we will see the Krishna in this planet. So Krishna said that I will be in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually Krishna, non-different from Krishna. So we should actually respect it as Krishna, and all the instructions what are given here, they are very useful for our bhakti. Purport, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of narrations of activities of the Supreme Lord, is auspicious for all living beings residing in every planet. So every town, every village, every person, it is important for everyone, not just the human beings, all the jivas, plants also, animals also, for everybody. Even sometime, we say Hare Krishna, we outside we chant or have some shloka, the trees here, they also get benefit. And the birds also get benefit. So it's for everybody. one who takes it as belonging to a particular sect is certainly mistaken. So we cannot say that Bhagavatam is only for some particular sect of people, like for devotees or for Brahmanas only. Or it's not like that. It's for everyone, for all the jivas. Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly a very clear, very dear scripture of all the devotees of the Lord. Of course, it is very dear to all the devotees, but Prabhupada is writing here, going many miles distant, and saying here that it is auspicious even for the non-devotees. Also, because it explains that even the non-devotees hovering under the spell of material energy can be delivered from such clutches if they hear the narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam with devotion and attention from the right source representing the Lord by disciplic succession. So Bhagavatam for non-devotee, devotee is equally effective if they hear it properly and listen. It says here, delivered, hear the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam with devotion and attention. So when we hear Bhagavatam, we have to pay attention, not just superficially listen. So if we pay attention to every word of Bhagavatam and follow the instructions what is given, then it will be very great. So for devotees and non-devotees also, it's not like, oh, I'm not devotee, so I should not hear Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam should be heard by everyone. So then they will be getting out of this spells of this material, because material word actually tries to grab us, puts inside. Many times it tries, Maya Devi all the time allures us, to go in the material world and enjoy the material world. But Krishna says, we should not listen to our mind, our desires, and we should listen to our spiritual master and our gurus, the Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, and then we should actually do accordingly how they instruct us, not coming to the Maya Devi. So we started this chapter yesterday, 8th chapter, which is entitled Questions by Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj asked many questions. He is so eager, actually, Parikshit Maharaj is so eager, and that's why he's asking so many questions to Sukdev Goswami. And that's why because he wants to concentrate his mind. He knew that in few days he's going to be bitten by the Takshak Nag, and he will be dying. So he knew that in few days I'm leaving. So he wanted to concentrate his complete mind, completely immersed in the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, because that is very important. And Parikshit Maharaj knew that he has 7 days. We don't know even if we have 7 minutes, actually, we can die anytime. Anytime people get heart attack like that, And I just heard like a 51-year-old guy come in the plane, without any disease, suddenly got heart attack in the plane itself and died. So it's very hard to say, when somebody dies. So we should be prepared for our death and read Bhagavatam and remember Lord all the time. So in the beginning of this chapter, 1st to 6th chapter, it's all glorification Lord. So first verse, we had yesterday, which actually Parikshit Maharaj is inspiring Sukdev Goswami by asking different questions that I'm so interested to hear. So please continue talking about Lord Krishna. So that's why this whole chapter is questions of Parikshit Maharaj and answers by Sukdev Goswami. So he actually wants to immerse. So he wants to make sure that when I go, my mind is completely absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna, not in anything else. And that was the aim. So in the first question yesterday, he explained, so actually there is simultaneous conversation going on between Brahmaji and Narad Muni. And that their conversation is repeated by Sukdev Goswami. Sukdev Goswami is narrating those same vartalap, what interaction happened between Brahmaji and Narad Muni. So actually, then in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, these verses, this all glorification. Sukadeva Goswami actually is saying the glorification of the Hari, Lord Hari, Lord Krishna. So he says that Hari Katha is so important that once we hear Hari Katha, what it does actually, it purifies the heart. We hear it by ear and goes to our heart and purifies the heart. It removes all the contamination, whatever accumulated there, it removes all the contamination there. And then when our heart is pure, then we can see the manifestation of heart in the heart by Lord. Supreme Lord He is there all the time. It's not like when our heart is contaminated, He's not there, but He doesn't reveal, He doesn't interact with us. But when our heart is pure, He will instruct us more deeply what we have to do. So devotees actually whose hearts are pure, they never give up the Lord's lotus feet, because that's very important, because we have to hold on to the Lord's lotus feet and meditate on the lotus feet. So once we know Lord is within us, and we have to remember that Lord with us all the time. It's not just, and it's not in us only as a devotee, non-devotees also, even in all the plants, animals, everywhere. Krishna is in everyone's heart, in the form of Paramatma. So Krishna is so merciful to all the Jiva souls, and He wants us to come back to Him. That's Lord's mission, and that's why Lord comes in this material world time and time again, just to tell us, that I really love you. You please come to me and enjoy why you are rotting in this material world. So that's Krishna's aim of coming here, and He Himself comes. He Himself comes also time after time, yuga. So every yuga He comes in this material world and reminds us that what is our actual duty. So Lord Krishna in this shloka number 2, what we read today, he said that I wish to know, Parikshit Maharaj saying to Sukadeva Goswami, that I wish to know the truth of Lord who possesses wonderful potencies. Supreme Lord has too many wonderful potencies. It's Adbhuta Viryasya. So those wonderful potencies we should know. Krishna has multifarious energies, all the energies are His potency. And there are 3 main potencies. One potency is the Yogmaya potency, which stays in the spiritual world. Other potency is the Jiva Tattva. And third potency, which lives in this material world, which is Maya Devi. So that's internal potency is in the spiritual world, external potency is in this material world, and the Tathastha in between, that's marginal potency, which is in the Jiva souls. So because the narrations are auspicious for the entire world, so narrations about the glorification of the Supreme Lord, and it's very important. So it's a loka sumangalam. So if we hear the glorification of Lord all the time, it will give us auspiciousness in our life, and all the bad things will go away. So that's why he is telling in the next few sloka, he is saying that please continue to speak so I can give up my body while observing my mind in Krishna and divide up material attachment. So I do not want to have any kind of material attachment. So actually, at the time of death, our heart should be pure, completely clean and absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna all the time. If we do that, then Krishna will, guaranteed, we go to Golok Vrindavan, no other way. So, but as long as our heart is pure and we are listening about Krishna and meditating on the Krishna, so that's why it's very important. We have to practice it all our life. It will not come automatically, that okay, I need not to remember Krishna all my life, I can concentrate on my all the material work, and then at the time of death, I will just observe Krishna. It will never happen like that, We have to continuously practice. Our whole life is for preparation for our last minute, So, and that like we prepare, we read whole day, whole year, study whole year hard just for the final examinations. So similarly, our final examination is at the time of death. Where is our mind? So our mind should be concentrating on the Krishna. So we can see here how Parikshit Maharaj is actually trying hard to remember Krishna all the time. That's why he's asking him so many questions and he wanted to engage. Sukadeva Goswami said, you go on telling me, don't stop about Krishna's glories. I want to continuously hear. So actually, Lord, if we keep hearing, we will after couple sloka, we will read the shloka. Shranvataha Shraddhayan Nityam Granthasya Swachestitam Kalena Nati Dirghena, not too long time, but means in very short time. Bhagavan Vaste Hradi, Bhagavan is coming and staying in our heart. If we actually all the time hear about Sri Krishna, Shunvataha, and with the Shraddha, with lot of faith, if we hear, faith is very important. And Nityam means all the time, Nityam means not daily, all the time. So whenever we have time, we should just put on Zoom or something, and hear about glories of Krishna. So that's very important. In hearing also, we hear with so many kind of hearing is there. One hearing, there are three main kind of hearing. They are divided in three main kind. One is informative hearing. Informative hearing means we just hear about and sometimes not paying too much attention, like just forgetting information. Like we read Bhagavatam, okay, who was Kansa, how cruel he was, how he bothered his father, and like that, his sister Devaki, and he put them in prison. Just some information about Krishna, not going deep. So that's informative hearing, we don't keep too much detail in our brain. Second one is inspirational, like we hear and we get inspired, and for that, we have to hear with much more concentration to get inspired. And then we remember the words, and at the end we tell to our friends, that what I heard today. So this kind of, so we just glorify ourselves to our friends or other devotees, So that's important. Third kind of hearing is transformational hearing. That's with deep concentration if we hear. And then it transforms our life completely. So that's that kind of hearing we should have. And if we have that kind of hearing, that will be very good. Then our bhakti, we can progress very soon. That's why it says, Kalena Nati Dirghena, not too long, within short period of time. That means, you will get the proper bhakti, Shuddha bhakti. So to get the Shuddha bhakti, we have to. So actually, when we hear and we chant, that indicates a remembering. So we have to remember Krishna also, not just hear and forget it, because just hearing of Krishna Katha, like if it is very superficial hearing, like informative hearing, it will clean our heart, but we will not get Krishna's prem. Love of Krishna, actually, we get it by hearing very deep and meditating on it many times. So when we chant also, what happens? Because sometimes we chant very superficially, like mechanically, and sometimes we chant with deep concentration, thinking about Krishna, about Krishna's leelas. So there are 6 components actually in the chanting. First one is association. Sometimes we associate with devotee talk. I chant 16 round or I finish my 8 round, So this is association. So we chant with association with the devotees. Second one is awareness. We get awareness of Krishna. The Krishna's name is very pure, like second verse of the Shishtastakam. Nam akari bahuda nija sarva shakti satra pitani mitaismarena kala. So that way we know that Krishna stays in his name, but we have like kind of nama bhas that way. So that's awareness of Krishna. And third one, we chant with attention, some attention. So that's a third one. And fourth is attraction. We have some attraction for Krishna. So in attention, what happens? We are chanting because my Guru Maharaj told me to chant. Somehow or the other, I have to finish my 16 rounds. Then hang it. See it next day. Done for the day. So that should not be the. So that's just awareness. But with attention, when we chant, and so that's why Ravindra Prabhu all the time says, chant 16 rounds on your beat, and many, many more off the beat. So we should remember all the time, not just those 16. 16 you have to do it on the beat. But then off the beat, like while you are driving somewhere, you can just keep chanting. There's nothing. But 16 round actually should be with lot of concentration. So there's attraction to Krishna, if you do that. And the fifth component is absorption. When we chant Hare Krishna, so we are praying Radharani and Krishna that please engage me in your service. So there's absorption in Krishna's name. And the last stage, sixth stage is the attachment. We get so attached to Krishna's name, chanting, we get so attached. Whenever we get 2 minutes, we will just go and grab our beads and start chanting again. So that's attraction. It's not, oh, I have done my 16, I don't need anymore. That's not so. We have, because Krishna's name is so attractive actually. And that's why we should keep chanting, keep remembering his name. And that will be very, very helpful.
What was the fourth one? It was association, awareness, attention.
Association, awareness, attention, attraction, absorption, and attachment. So actually what we hear every day, and mostly we are in, when we will go to the 10th chapter, which of course will take long time. I do not know whether I will be living when we will be on the 10th chapter, because 18,000 shlokas, so many days, so many years it will take, but actually 10th chapter is the preparation for all the first to 9th chapter is preparation to get ready for the 10th chapter, to enjoy the 10th chapter actually. Because if we go to 10th chapter, we will never know what is the importance of Krishna Katha, how great is Lord Krishna, what he does for us, when we hear about the histories of all the devotees, how they prayed to Krishna, so we will know the real position of Krishna. Because we know, oh, Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, but we don't know how much he loves us. And so to know that, we have to read 10th chapter. So actually 10th chapter is the cream of whole Bhagavatam. Out of all the 12 chapter, 10th chapter is the best chapter actually in all the cantos. And out of 10th canto, the 5 chapters, 10th canto has how many chapters? 90 chapters. Total Bhagavatam has 335 chapters. So actually if we read one chapter every single day, then it will take 1 year. So that's really quite big study, that you do. If you want to finish in 1 year, many people do that. Every year they will read Bhagavatam one time. But then you have to read one whole chapter, not just one shloka. Then only we can do. So in the 10th chapter, out of 90 chapters, there are 5 chapters, which are the best chapters actually in whole Bhagavatam. Chapter number 21, which is Venugit. It's very important. Please remember that, what chapter you will enjoy. Real nectar of whole Bhagavatam is chapter 21, which is the Venugit. Chapter 31, which is the Gopi Git. Very beautiful songs about Lord Krishna, actually, how gopis in the Krishna's remembrance, when Krishna left, how they were singing Gopi Git. And chapter number 35, which is Yugal Git. Because when Akrurji came to take Lord Krishna to Mathura, at that time, Akrurji came to take Krishna away, Krishna and Balram away to Mathura, because Kansa invited them, because Kansa wanted to kill them. So at that time, gopis were saying to Akrura, your name should not be Akrura, you should be Krura. You are just like Yamdut. They told him clearly, that why you are taking our Krishna to Mathura, let him be here. But Akrurji followed the order because he really wanted Krishna, that all the Mathuravasis should see Krishna, and he knew Krishna he has so much power, so he will do. And then next chapter is chapter number 39, which is Viraha Gita. Viraha Gita, the gopis saying, when Akrura took the Krishna away. And the fifth one is 47, Brahmar Gita, Song of the Bee, because Radharani and all gopis were telling their problems, to be, telling their opening their heart to be. And actually, they were saying to Krishna, but they were thinking that this bee is Krishna and telling everything to the bee, So actually, chapter number 47 is the cream of whole 10th chapter. It's very important. So actually these 5 chapters, 21, 31, 35, 39 and 47, they are the life air of Srimad Bhagavatam. And actually if you see all the Puranas, they are heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. But out of all the Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam is the real, it has the knowledge of all the Puranas. Bhagavatam has that knowledge. And these 5 chapters are very, very important. And the 47th chapter, Brahma Gita, is the heart of the heart of the heart of the heart of all the Vedic knowledge. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one time in the class, he says that we say we are Vaishnavas, Vaishnavas are worshippers of Lord Vishnu. And people who are worshippers of Lord Krishna, they are known as Karshaneya. And people who are worshippers of Radharani, they are called Gaudiya. So Gaudiyas are worshippers of Radharani because Radharani is the best devotee who pleases Krishna the most. Krishna likes Radharani the most. So that's how, and people worship Radharani because she has so close relationship with Lord Krishna. So we can see that what Krishna wants from us, from the example of Ras Leela. So in the Ras Leela, Lord Krishna left suddenly because gopis, all the gopis were saying, Krishna is with me. I am very important for Krishna. That's why Krishna is with me. They didn't know Krishna is with every gopi. So they got little pride. And Krishna never wants any pride in his devotees actually. Same way we can see the Indra got the pride, that the Lord made me, give me so big post, he got pride. And that's why Lord Krishna told all the Brajavasis that stop worshipping Indra, worship Govardhan. So that was the reason, because he loved, that's what he did that. He loved Indra. It's not like he was against Indra, because Indra was his man, he was devotees. Krishna loves all the devotees. So he didn't like his pride. So Krishna, all the time, in his devotees, he do not want that they should have any kind of pride. So Krishna left suddenly, all the gopis were baffled, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? They were all looking for him. And ultimately, they felt very sorry. And then they sang the Gopi Gita. But after hearing Gopi Gita, which is so sweet, so nectarian, still Krishna never returned. Then what happened? Then all the gopis went to bank of Yamuna. And at the bank of Yamuna, they started crying for Krishna. And then when they started crying, Krishna could not see crying of his devotees. So he immediately came there. So that is the way. Radha Bihari ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Nitai Gaur ki jai. So when gopis started crying, Krishna came immediately. So actually, this is the best way, we all should cry for Krishna. Krishna wants us to cry. Actually, when we cry for Krishna all the time, then Krishna will reveal himself to us. Because in this material world, if we don't cry for Krishna, we will cry. The material world will let us cry in the material things. Because for material things also, we have to work so hard. For any small thing, we have to cry so much, run around so much, Yeah. So we have to cry anyway, either for material things or for Krishna. So why not to cry for Krishna? So our life will be good that way. Because in this material world, any happiness we get, it is all the time accompanied by the sorrow, by dukkha. Dukkha comes, sukha and dukkha. They are all same kind actually, You cannot have sukha for a long time. You cannot have dukkha for a long time. So they just So sometimes we get too much unhappy, and or in the too much problems, we all the time say, Krishna, why you give me this, I'm your devotee and this, but they all come according to our karmas. It just goes and comes back, So Gaur Govinda Maharaj, one time, giving class, and he was saying that Srila Prabhupada is opening all these temples, 108 temples he opened. He's not opening the temples, he's opening the crying houses. So this is crying house actually. We are learning the art of crying for Krishna. That's what Gaur Govind Maharaj says. So that we can cry for Krishna, and we have to learn this art actually. We all should learn the art of crying, because this material world is sansara dava nala lila loka. So this is like a forest fire, and we have to, with our tears, for Krishna, we have to actually subside all these fire in material fire in our heart. So that way we can subside the fire of this material world. So actually, as I told, that there are 18,000 verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, and in many, many other planets, there are many, many more, even crores of the verses of Bhagavatam. Because actual Bhagavatam was told by Lord Krishna to Brahmaji. Brahmaji heard only 4 shlokas, which were Chatushloki Bhagavatam, which is 2, 9, 30, 33 to 37, something, 36, something like that. So that 4 shloka, original 4 shloka, were spoken by Lord Krishna to Lord Krishna to Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji actually revealed this to Narad Muni, that I heard this spiritual knowledge from Lord, and these are the 4 main shlokas. And he requested Narad Muni to expand it. But Narad Muni didn't expand, he gave this job to Srila Vyasdeva to expand this 18. So then the Vyasdeva expanded to the 18,000 shlokas in this world, in this material world, in the form of Bhagavatam. So it is all 18,000 shlokas are actually, they are all glories of Lord Krishna actually. And the glories of Lord is non-different from the Lord himself. All these glories are actually Lord himself, and not just the glories of Lord. Glories of devotees also are actually glories of the Lord. So even if we glorify, like Srila Prabhupada, who is a real devotee, or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, or Bhakti Vinod Thakur, these glories is not just for them, it's for Lord also, because they are representative of the Lord. They have Lord in their heart. So this is so we have to glorify the devotees also, Lord also. So topics of the devotees are also glories of the Lord. So when we hear, actually, if we hear about Krishna, even in this material world, even in relation with Maya, if we hear the name of Krishna, that's also purifying. It's not bad. So anyway, we have to get engaged in glorifying the Lord. That's important. Awareness has to be there. And this is auspicious. This glories of the Lord is auspicious for everybody on the planet. All the people, all the animals, everything. So when we go out, chant, and even the small insect hear Krishna's name, they also get purified. So when we can see that at the time when this was Bhagavatam was being recited by Sukdev Goswami for Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj immediately, once he knew that within 7 days I'm going to die. So what we did, he didn't say what will happen to my kingdom or who will be king. He immediately said his son Janmeja that, okay, you take care of it, and I'm going to Ganges, on the bank of Ganges. And he immediately went to bank of Ganges, He didn't wasted even 1 second. He knew that I have so little time, only 7 days. So let me concentrate. And in his katha, how many more than 80,000 people came to hear, and not just from this planet. They came from upper planetary system also, from all the planets they came. So how they knew? There was no emails, no text, nothing was there, no phone calls. So how they heard? Because it was being done at that time also. And people were coming, this plane, this, we can see these rockets and everything going with that speed, that speed is nothing actually. People will come in 1 second from billions of miles. And that's what happened. Same day before Sukdev Goswami came, all the sages were there. So how they were there? So this is the thing, how advanced we were 5,000 years ago, we can see. And now we are saying, oh, we made so much development, so much development. The science has made so much development. So actually, we were much more developed before also. It's not like we were. So that's why, and people were going, now also, I remember few years ago, there was drought when I was little boy like Keshav. I was at his age, and at that time in my town, there was a big yagya ceremony. All the big sages came from different place. And one sadhu, he was living in Himalayas. So the town people went and invited him. And so he very kindly said, he said, I don't go anywhere, I just stay in Himalayas. And he said, Maharaj, please come, and he requested so much, So he agreed that he will come. And he said, how you will come, come with us, and he said, no. When he's starting on this date, I will be there. My God, he was with his devotees on the same day, and within few seconds, he was in my town, which is thousands of miles away. So we can imagine, how that same way, all these sages, at that time, somebody may be living in South India, and so how they reached Ganges, even you sit in the train, it takes 2 days to reach there. So that's the way, everybody could come to hear. And there was Katha. So there is one time Srila Prabhupada actually was giving a class on Canto 6, Chapter 1, and text number 24. 24 or 26, I do not remember, but he was giving on this text, and it was I think in Australia or somewhere. So if you can see 6:124 and see where Prabhupada give, it was about description of Ajamil. So he was telling that Ajamil, we see by the story, by the history, that he did so many bad things. He went with prostitute, and he had so children and all those things, and he was cheating all the people. He became robber and for maintaining his family. But in the childhood, he was very great devotee, and he was so good, so great devotee that even he will drink water. He will remember Krishna. Each time, he put some food in the mouth, he will remember Krishna. So he was, every second he was remember. He was so much absorbed. That's why at the end Vishnudut came, when he said Narayana. Till Narayana also he said, because his son was Narayan, but he was not calling Narayan, but Narayan sent his Dut anyway, because he was good devotee. So Krishna, even we do bad thing, still he likes us. We have to remember that it's not, oh, I'm bad. I have nothing to do with Krishna now. Krishna hates him, Krishna never hates us, we have to remember that in our mind. And so when Srila Prabhupada was glorifying that how Krishna is merciful to Ajamil and all of us actually, and then at that time, all the tears were coming from his eyes actually, and people can see the tears in the video also, you can see. So one devotee asked, that Srila Prabhupada, how have you seen Krishna, or how he reveals to you? And he said that in the closed door, not Tamal Krishna Maharaj, I think he said that
Not sure what has happened.
Not here.
Yeah, I think we got disconnected or their battery must be down. So looks like we'll have to end the class here. We'll wait for a few more minutes, but thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll just end the class here.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.